All right, it
Don't
says
be
we're
weird. Don't be weird. Make it weird.
weirder.
I mean,
If you would like to keep the rain off our heads, ish,
Ish, yeah.
Ko-fi.com/the Blanket Fort. All contributions gratefully accepted.
And the air conditioning, especially.
Yeah, no kidding. If you like coffee, and if you don't, you're a communist. King Harvest Imperial Coffees at www.kingharv.com. Really good coffees, really good deals. You should check them out.
Yep. They keep people unstimulated.
Yes, they do. Among the Leaves Teas at tinyurl.com/Among the Leaves Teas for all your sassy and snarky t-shirt needs. King Harvest and Amongst the Leaves are friends of ours. If you order from them, be sure you mention us.
Yeah,
You won't get any. You won't get any savings, but we like it.
and even the paper, the towel. The hell is in that cup?
I don't know, but it's wet.
hopefully it's water.
My fingers aren't dissolving, so
Mm. That is a good cookie. Thank you.
Ian is having one of those days.
yes,
we,
I
have,
am.
we have been enjoying ginger snaps thanks to AJ.
AJ brought.
These have the perfect level of spice.
He bought
Mm.
a 2-gallon Ziploc bag of fresh baked ginger snap cookies. I've had 3, and now they're over there. Because if they're over here, I'd have 6 by now.
Which will leave you nothing to eat on the way over. Would you stop?
Get that out of there.
Oh, breakfast burritos.
That sounds good.
Do you deliver dippers?
Apparently, Differs has a Texas accent.
Yeah.
If what I see on Facebook is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's been taking that accent quiz. I have
New
not.
York Slimes.
I
Yeah.
have not taken it primarily because I'm aware that my accent will confuse it.
Yeah.
That's why I took it. Apparently, the entire bottom part of the United States is just red for me.
Yeah. So which of the redheads is mad? None of them.
Nobody is sane here.
Yeah.
Redheads or not, we ain't sane.
We are just hungry.
Why is there? Oh, never mind.
Okay.
So this weekend, everybody's getting on the road tomorrow except for him for LibertyCon. So it's going to be a busy weekend.
Yeah, I'm flying Thursday.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I think next year we'll fly.
I am looking forward to a nice road trip. I have a couple of spots planned. I plan to stop and visit the Eiffel Tower. That'll be my first stop after leaving the house. It's a good few hours down the road, good place to stop. And then in Texarkana, there's a lake with a trail, and that's going to be my stop. And so when I'm doing a long road trip, I always plan for a middle of the way stop where I can hike, preferably for at least a mile to really loosen up and get the blood flow going. And it's always a nice thing for me because I can grab the camera, go out, do a little botanizing. So I tend to plan for trails. On day 2 of my trip, I'm planning on hitting a national forest in Mississippi.
Yeah.
So,
which lake are you going to hit in Texarkana?
Bringle, something like that.
Okay.
I'd have to look at my map again. There's Texarkana, the populated area, and it is just above it, right in the corner of actual still Texas. I think it's probably a reservoir.
It'd have to be.
It's not even a state park, but it's supposed to have decent trails per Google. And there's a dam that gets used as an artist's place where they've got sanctioned graffiti, which is always one of those things when you get sanctioned graffiti, whether it's good or bad or just a hot mess.
I'm not sure graffiti is still graffiti if it's sanctioned.
I'm not sure.
Free range art.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting anyway.
I have 2 doctors who are forbidding me from driving more than 2 hours at a time without various forms of stops. So this year's trip to LibertyCon is going to be interesting.
Yep, I mean, Sanford, the cardiologists have kittens when we talk to them about long road trips, but he's definitely not supposed to drive more than about 45 minutes without a stop. But yeah, 2 hours stop, move around is just good practice if you're going to be sitting with your legs down and motionless for that long.
Jesse said, so you're going to stop at the damn lake, walk the damn trail to see the damn graffiti.
Yes.
DAMN.
My hip has progressed to the point that my doctor calls me a moron if I'm in the car more than a couple hours without stopping and walking around. Rita and I, we have discovered over the past several years that we always forget stuff. Bringle Lake.
Yep, Bringle.
Okay. We always forget stuff when we're going on trips. So this year, starting 48 hours out, anytime we think of something we need to take, we're putting it in a pile in the living room.
Yep. I do that. I have a stack on my dining table right now. Stuff that needs to go with me.
And so I was walking through yesterday and discovered my cane had been set on top of the stack.
Wise woman, wise.
Okay, Bringle Lake didn't exist when I grew up in Texas.
That would be what you didn't know.
Yeah.
Did Texas exist when you grew up?
Yes, Texas existed.
Bringle,
Although
Bringle.
Yes.
It's a private reserve type deal.
Of course, this is from the same doctor who said, you do know that when your hip hurts, it's a sign you should use your cane. And I told him I knew I use a cane. He said, and still had the nurse show me how to properly use a cane.
Differs. You didn't throw away bacon grease. Please tell me you didn't throw away bacon grease.
Almost threw away.
Oh, that's what I need to write down. I'm supposed to give Dorothy bacon grease, and I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
And at this point, since we're both going to LibertyCon, she doesn't want it until after I get back.
Yeah.
So I'll make a note to myself.
Well, speaking of lakes and rivers, France is in the middle of a heat wave along with Germany, Italy, England, a few other places.
I saw that was supposed to hit.
Yes.
Define heat wave.
Above 80, approaching 90.
Early spring for us.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to hit 35 degrees Celsius, which translates to about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And yes, I did have to look that up.
Yeah.
Because I know what 20 to 25 Celsius is, because that's room temperature in a lab.
Yeah.
But Celsius gets weird. So
But the French have had 40 drownings.
Yep.
Unsupervised bodies of water when the residents jump in to cool off in lakes and rivers. So they drown because they don't know how to swim.
Because your average French citizen is only used to sand.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. My bad.
Well, if they're natives, and the water might have gotten a little violent and they just surrendered.
Yeah, point.
The Met Office in the UK is issuing a rare heat warning with temperatures expected to reach 95 degrees.
It was 97 today.
I know.
This is
Europe's going to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, that's nothing
Apparently.
unusual.
apparently
Yeah,
95. Oh, noes.
they cannot. Yeah, Jesse's comment's perfect. That explains why so many of them are perfectly happy to hang out in the AC and watch sports ball.
No kidding.
They cannot believe that Texas Stadium is air conditioned. That was blowing people's minds. It's so big. How do they do this?
Because they don't want the sports fans to die of heat frustration.
Yeah.
110 degrees, you're going to want the air conditioning.
Yeah.
110 degrees and 10,000 of your closest buddies packed in like sardines, you're going to want the
Yeah.
AC.
Well, apparently the Louvre was closing at 4 p.m. because so many people were trying to crowd in because it was air conditioned. that it literally was starting to overheat inside the Louvre. So they closed early.
We need to send some Texas HVAC guys over to Paris to work on their museums.
Why? They don't. The Louvre is the only one I can think of that actually has air conditioning in Paris.
They believe that air conditioning is bad for the environment
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
They would rather have people die.
Yep. Well, they're getting their wish now.
I know. I'm just saying they would
I'm
rather
here
have
to tell
people
you,
die than use
in
AC.
Texas, lack of AC is bad for the environment.
Yeah, hell, I grew up without air conditioning, so
I did too in Africa. So
Yeah.
I grew up without air conditioning, but I was a whole lot further north than y'all.
yeah. Yeah, the stuff like this, though, is it's what you're used to.
Mhm.
I can remember years ago, back in the '90s, we were in London for
18?
some meetings with DSTO in the old War Office building in London, and it was in the '80s.
Mhm.
And we were perfectly comfortable.
well,
The
also
Brits we were meeting with were in wool coats.
Mhm.
also, and you see this in architecture in Texas all the time. Architecture from pre-HVAC, pre-air conditioning days was designed to keep you as cool as possible.
Yep.
And it's one of the reasons I love the old courthouses so much. They were designed transom windows, thick walls,
Yeah. And
high ceilings.
12 to 14-foot ceilings. If they had windows, most of the windows were 10 feet high.
With transom windows at the top to
Yeah.
let the heat rises. Transom windows where the heat gets
You
up.
could open the bottom half of the window, open the transom up top, and you got circulation.
Mhm.
Our old home place down in Louisiana, 12-foot ceilings, 10-foot windows, in a dog run houses. The central hallway is probably 10 feet wide, ran front to back,
And the house was oriented on prevailing winds, wasn't it?
and you could open both doors in the front, both doors in the back, open the interior doors and the windows, and you had flow-through ventilation year round. They were called dog runs because all the dogs that run inside and lay in the shade in the central hallway. Somebody else was talking about going to, how much they wanted to go to Europe and see what the differences were.
Okay.
And I think I made a comment about you will really see the difference if you go to an open air market.
You'll smell the difference.
Well, yeah, you'll smell the difference. But can you imagine some of the American people going to an open air meat market in Europe?
With their tiny little minds.
Somebody, might have been Mike Burke, was talking about the guy going and buying meat at the market and buying the meat that had no flies on it without realizing that that's a bad sign.
Yes. Yeah, Doug is right. Very different philosophy in Europe. Yeah, very different. That's why Aldi has such a strange vibe to it, if you will, compared to a
Oh, the
U.S.
Aldi,
store.
Aldi grocery store?
It's laid out different. It flows different than an American grocery store.
And the quality is quite a bit different.
And there are several reasons for that.
Yeah.
One, and I don't know if this is true for Aldi, but it is certainly true at other grocery stores, is that placement on the shelves is highly competitive and paid for.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know that Aldi does that because Aldi's store brands tend to be more or less at eye level,
Yeah.
which you're not going to generally see at other places.
Yeah.
Because the premium brands pay to be at eye level because that's prime real estate in a store when you're shopping.
Yeah.
What you see is what you're more likely actually going to buy.
Yeah.
I just wound up I wrote 2 articles for Mad Genius Club about energy drinks and book covers based on this. There are a lot of parallels to the graphic design that's used to capture your attention. And it was an interesting, because I walked into a grocery store and was standing there in the energy drink aisle. I was shopping with a friend and just kind of looking at it, not focusing on anything. And it struck me that there's similar colors and fonts and just the general vibe of some of these energy drinks are definitely marketed towards women and some are marketed towards men.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that whatever you actually see, because you walk through life not seeing most of the stuff around you. And even somebody that's trained to look at people and pay attention to people is still probably not processing what's on the shelf.
Yeah.
And so what captures your attention, what you actually see and focus on, is more than likely going to be what you're going to buy.
Well, and similar to that, my oldest daughter works for Pepsi in California.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a huge part of it.
Their marketing people pay grocery stores for end caps.
Yep.
They and Frito-Lay will pay large dollars for end caps at certain times of the year.
Yep.
Really?
Or for displays.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you walk in the store, and this is another oddity that I got from her. People walk in a grocery store, they tend to go to the right, not to the left.
Yeah.
So they pay for the end caps that are closest to the door on the right side.
That's what you see when you walk in.
That's what you see when you walk in.
Smart.
And if you ever go down the drink aisle, like what Cedar was talking about, one side of the end cap will be Coke. The other side will be Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
And they always are equal. So you go down X number of feet, all the Coke products and all the Pepsi products. Then after that, toward the middle or the far end of the aisle is when you get the off-brand stuff.
And generally down low.
Yeah.
You know, and all of this is bought and paid for.
Yeah.
And the same thing is true in bookstores.
Yeah.
If you go into a bookstore, if you walk into a bookstore, Barnes and Nobles is pretty much the only one that really is a good example anymore because we just don't have a lot of them.
Yeah.
Anything that's on the displays right as you walk through the door or on the end caps. So you're actually, the cover is faced out and you're seeing the book's cover, not just the spine. Those are usually paid positions.
Yeah.
That it's part of the advertising budget of a company to get their books right there in the face of people so people actually see them. They're not swamped in the stacks.
Yeah. Steve brings up another good point. Milk and eggs are always in the back of the store.
Yep.
And they're always separate from meat, which is also at the back of the store. Think about it.
No, not always.
99% of the time, you're going to have eggs, milk, and cheese in the back corner of the store.
They're going to make you walk all the way through everything else. So
The other back corner of the store is either going to be vegetables or meat, or they'll have meat in the center of the back.
Our little store here blows all those rules down.
Because it's not necessarily all of the big paid
Yeah.
positions.
Yeah.
And so our little store across the road here isn't an independent market per se, but it's been around for a
It's
while.
fairly independent, I would guess.
And it's definitely
It's an IGA basically.
right. It's not connected
Food line.
into Kroger and
It's a thrift one, isn't it? Pretty sure it's a thrift one.
yeah,
Lowe's.
Lowe's,
It is part of a
which
chain. It is a
confuses
small
people.
chain.
It is a chain. It's
Yeah.
they have locations all over Texas and I think Oklahoma as well.
I'm just trying to remember who the
So-
parent is.
Right. But it is definitely set up differently than the big supermarkets. So if you walk into United Market, which is our big high-end market here, it's going to look different. Winco has its own setup.
Yeah.
Weird little setup.
Well, Winco's a big box store.
Mhm.
So it's going to be, it's I've only been in it twice, I think, but it's set up for large purchases, much like a Sam's.
Sam's or
No,
Costco.
well,
Sam's or Costco, yeah.
no, because it's
No?
not, I mean, they do have bulk.
Yeah.
But it's not, you're not going in and everything's just your regular supermarket sizes and whatnot. Sam's and Costco are, it's really interesting because if you look at the design behind all of these and the layout, they all mean things. And
Yeah.
they're all selling you different things.
Oh, yeah.
Winco is selling you on the fact that they can save you money. So you'll see displays throughout the store that'll give you comparison prices of if you buy this basket full of food at Walmart, it's
Yeah.
this price. At United Market Street, it's that price. Here, it's this low price. So that's Winco's sales thing, is they're inexpensive.
In certain items.
And open 24/7.
They're only inexpensive in certain items.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
what they
totally.
advertise.
Right, exactly. That's, I mean, it used to be that I would do a shopping trip and I would hit 2 or 3 different markets.
Yeah.
Because it's like Sam's Club isn't actually a savings. You get things in big bulk,
Yeah.
but their prices aren't actually better than other prices. But once you're in there, it's exhausting and you don't want to go anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, Tuvela also brings up an excellent point. The size of the stores is much larger.
Uh-huh.
If you're
Oh, yeah,
used to
Europe does not
European
have-
size groceries, they are not much bigger than where we are right now in here.
And if it's still the way it used to be when I was over there, you didn't have these big stores with everything.
Yeah.
You
Big
had,
department stores like
had-
Walmart.
you had grocers and a butchery and a deli, and these were all separate stores.
I think some of that has changed because I've read, oddly enough, in fiction, people complaining about the loss of the little grocer in the villages in England because this big store came in and everybody went there because it was one-stop shopping.
Yeah, they looked at Walmart. Walmart was
Yep.
successful doing that all over the United States.
Yeah, and places like United. I remember the first one I ever saw, which was one of the huge mega stores that had everything.
Yeah.
Was I think a Homeland, but I don't remember. It's been a while. Huge mega store. They went up everywhere and lasted just long enough to spawn a whole bunch of competitors and then got eaten out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a butcher. Yes, neighborhood butchers are good. We have one.
Butcheries are great. We have one here that's. Have you noticed the one over on Kemp has closed up?
Yeah.
You know why?
I
We-
didn't realize there was one on Kemp until after it was closed. So.
Well, we told you not to go there
Yeah.
because they
We-
use bentonite.
Bentonite. We walked in there and got a huge whiff of bentonite clay, which is what they're using dry age their beef.
Yeah, which is
And
not good.
not a big fan of that. The stink of the bentonite. Woo, it was bad.
Michael also raises another excellent point. The European refrigerators are also much smaller than,
Everything in the European appliances is tiny.
Yeah.
And European, okay, so this is the one that boggled my mind watching videos and people in Europe buying houses, and it has a washer dryer machine.
Yeah.
The whole thing is in one unit. And I'm like, how on earth?
The Japanese started that.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. But Michael's point too, they shop for food more than once a week.
Yeah.
Most Europeans, just like most Japanese, shop every day for food.
On the way home.
Yeah, that's what they do on the way home. Chile, yeah. Mr. Kuhn brings up another good point. Chile, they have no room for the big grocers because of existing infrastructure. The bodega style is much more
Yeah.
common down there.
There's nothing wrong with it
No.
per se. I mean, it's a perfect cromulent model. It's just, and at one time, the bodega style was common in the parts of Europe that I frequented.
Yeah.
I understand from somebody in the channel that that's changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I understand that if you live someplace, especially if you're walking and you live in these little tiny city flats, I understand the whole concept of I'm going to shop for my food every day on the way home from
Yeah.
work.
Mhm.
But I grew up where that wasn't possible.
Yeah.
So
Most
a
Americans
deep
do.
pantry is an absolute
Yeah.
necessity for my psychological well-being.
Yes.
Well, when most Europeans live 15 minutes, a 15-minute walk from work.
Yeah.
And from everything they need.
Yeah.
We're in Texas.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing 15 minutes away.
End of the street, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually find that living here for me is really nice because I am closer
Yeah.
to things like the grocery and the hardware store and all of that. I mean, we have the little one right here in town that's like 4 blocks from my house. I think once in my life I have
Yeah.
ever lived this close to a grocery, but I'm weird. I'm different.
Yeah. No. Tom says, my apartment in Helsinki had a butcher, a bread baker, a pastry baker, and a fishmonger within a block, and 3 liquor stores.
Helsinki.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Helsinki.
Yeah. But Bill also makes a good point, talking about the combo washer and dryer. The clothes come out damp, so you're supposed to hang them up to let them dry, which only works in a dry environment.
Yeah.
It does not work in a humid environment.
That's not going to work in Houston.
No, or South Louisiana.
It's not going to work in Great Britain, and yet they hang them out in their garden.
Yeah.
This is why when you read old novels, they're constantly warming beds up before people go in them. And they would take coals and put them in these big copper
Pans,
trays
big
and
pans.
flip it into the bed. So you would actually have warm, dry sheets when you got in.
Yeah.
And they had to do this right before you got in because if they let it sit any time at all, it got damp again.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Kermit says a brisk walk will get you X number of miles from town and you'll lose 2 pounds of water weight and sweat. Yeah. That's
Europeans in some ways are just like Americans. They think the rest of the world is just like Europe.
Yeah.
And they get a little shocked when they find out it's not.
oh yeah, coming here, and especially
Which has been amusing.
It's been fun as hell to watch.
yeah, they believe their media.
Mm.
And their media is even more locked down than ours is.
I had a moment because I knew this. This was a fact I knew, but I had never really thought it through. But there was a little video of a young British fellow who was moving in with a friend of his in Los Angeles, and they got a television for his new apartment studio, whatever the heck it was. And
He
he's
didn't
like,
have to pay the rent.
well, he's like,
Yeah.
I just have to go get the license for it now. And
No.
the American guy behind the camera is like, no.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And the guy is, they'll prosecute you. They'll come to your apartment and take your TV away. And the American guy's like, I've never heard of such a thing. Just turn it on.
Yeah. Now you have to license and monthly fees
Yep.
to own a TV in England.
That's what pays for the bead.
Yep.
Yes. And we see the quality of the beeb.
Yeah. Rick says they're shocked with the sheer physical size of things. Yes.
Yep. Roads, trucks, burgers.
One
Yeah.
of the reason our ancestors came here, room to spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, John, that's a good point. You want to have fun, drive a European across the country from the East Coast to the West
No
Coast.
kidding.
There
It kind of breaks them in easy.
there was one that was going to drive from North Carolina to California, I think, and said, "Oh, that'll take about 3 hours."
Yeah.
Yeah. He was rather amusing when somebody said, "No, that's
No,
3 days."
maybe.
Yeah.
If the gods smile on you, that's 3 days.
Yeah.
But those 2 girls that landed in Houston and were going to drive up to New York in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Seriously, guys.
Yeah, Clarkson's cancer was covered in the BBC. Yeah,
I don't think I think it wasn't covered by the Beeb.
wasn't covered. Yeah, it wasn't covered. Sorry. Speaking of which, and Starmer's is resigning.
Bye.
But
Well.
the
Bye.
parents of the little girl that the illegals killed,
Which one? I hate to have to say.
the 3 little girls, they were told by the British government to tone down their rhetoric. Otherwise, they were going to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, losing their minds over the murders of their daughters. And we're told, hey, you need to keep it down.
Yes, grieve less publicly, basically.
Yeah.
And this is why anytime a Brit tells me about their wonderful gun laws, I laugh in their faces.
Yeah. Yeah. Carlton says, UK, stealing from clothesline is still a thing. Yeah. Well, you know, when you're an illegal and you come in with nothing but the clothes on your back and you don't have a job and, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
Farmer is gone, but the replacement is worse. Not a surprise.
Yeah.
Till they start decorating some lampposts over there, things aren't going to change.
Yeah. Well, that's,
I hate to say that.
you know, Britain is circling the drain, as far as I'm concerned. Their military, other than,
It's a joke.
yeah,
Now, their troopies are first rate.
Yeah.
Their actual soldiers and sailors are first rate folks. Military as a whole is a friggin' joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
but they have 8 P8s to do what they used to do with 41.
You're assuming all those PH are functional.
They've got good maintenance because we trained them.
Yes, maintenance can only do so much without material.
The contract provided material. Now, whether the Brits actually let the material in is another question.
Assuming they have enough maintenance folks recruited.
We trained a complete cadre, just like we trained the air crew, called them seed corps. So I hope they do, because PH are getting used for a lot of interesting things. Oh, differs 35 full meals, 5 salads, and 18 breakfast burritos.
You've got a teenager?
You've been busy, girl.
She's got 3 kids
Yeah.
and a physically active husband. So, yes.
So what's tomorrow's lunch?
Yeah. Kermit, as far as I know, 8 of the 9 were flyable last week.
Inshallah maintenance, Kami maintenance, same thing. Same
Yeah.
thing. Manana maintenance, it's all. People don't understand. That's one of the big things Americans and Europeans don't understand is the fact that inshallah maintenance or manana maintenance or Kali maintenance is the standard in the world. The white Anglo-Saxon, it will be done now, is not a thing in the world.
Rick, that was
the reason they call it the Protestant work ethic.
that was as of a year ago. So, and conversation about their FMC rate was last week, because I still know a few people that are connected over there. Huh?
Bless you.
You feel better now?
Wasn't expecting that. It's freaking sneeze, but damn. All right. Feel better now.
You got everybody's attention.
Feel better now.
The rest of us are quite thankful that that much noise came out of that end.
Book 3 of the Detroit Rising series. Yeah, that is actually a decent one, Richard. One of the things, you know, we're all going to be at we're all going to be at LibertyCon, so we're going to be on all kinds of panels.
Oh, no kidding. I am moderator of every panel they put me on.
Good.
Wow.
About friggin' time.
Damn.
I'm on 5 and I'm moderating 2 of them, and I'm moderating Dave and Chuck twice. Yeah.
I learned something from Larry Correa. The first panel I was on, when it came to question and answer time, he always does 15 minutes at the end for questions and answer. And he said, all right, we're going to do question and answer. If you have a question, ask it. If you're making a statement, I'm going to cut you off.
Yeah.
And he stuck by that. I'm going to be doing the same thing. is when it comes to question and answer time, if you have a question, ask it. If you're going to make a statement, I'm going to cut you off. Go to the next person. Don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, runs in shirt.
Yeah, Greg's got a good point. You can see that in Canadian and Aussie forces. Individuals are great. The system overlords are incompetent.
Create anal pores.
Yeah, that's
No, that's one of the things that cross threads me just a little bit is the folks, when you go to, people go to panels to listen to panelists, and you always have folks in the audience that want to stand up and be the sixth or seventh panelist in them.
oh yeah.
And that I don't.
There are a few people I will tolerate that from.
Yeah.
One of them happens to be David Weber. If he's in the audience, he's in the panel.
Well, you can't talk them out of it.
The other one is if Ben Yellow is in the audience and wants to say something, I will let the man speak.
Yes.
So, like I said, there's a few
Yeah,
exceptions.
Well, Ben would not do that to you.
No, actually, Ben has.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, no, but it was specific. He was contributing something substantive.
Especially if you're wrong.
Yes, exactly.
As I discovered last convention I was at, FinCon?
Yeah.
FinCon. I was wrong. I wish it had been in the back start to vibrate. Woo, here we go.
I still remember the gun panel that we did at Liberty Con. They had Chuck
Which
Gannon,
one?
me, Larry, I forget who else. And this one asshole in the audience decided he knew better than we did what was going on in the R&D world. Yeah.
Oh, there's that one at FinCon that tried to tell Alex Wackel he was wrong about gunsmithing.
Yeah, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Alex is a really great guy, Air Force vet, and a hell of a good gunsmith.
Yes.
He actually built Larry's Abomination.
Yeah.
Several times.
He's built a number of interesting toys.
And he's a hell of a gunsmith. And Dreadnought Industries is his company. And this one yeep in the audience was telling Alex he was wrong. Like, wow.
Yeah.
One asshole in the audience. You realize how narrow that was? That narrows it down. Right.
Suburban Banshee. Midwest group audience panels are always how we did it in Ohio and Michigan. You cross the border of PA and people get snotty. In California, oh no, never speak. Yeah.
Well, that's what the hall's for.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, that's my reasoning behind this is the people in the audience have questions. There are always more questions than we have time to get to.
Yeah.
So if you're making a statement, you're taking time away from somebody with a question. Go out and do it in the hall. Hall panels are great. We love hall panels. And I will join in on hall panels. But when you're at a formal convention panel, the folks in the audience are there to hear the panelists speak. If you want to stand up and be a panelist, you're taking up time.
Yeah.
You're taking away time for people's questions. That annoys me.
Yeah. And occasionally the hall panels, you get drafted for stuff.
No shit. Especially if you're not physically present at that con.
Oh, wah. Quit your bitching. You enjoyed it.
I did.
Made money off of it.
A little bit. That was my first outside short story sale.
Yep. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger of gunsmithing. Yes.
Speaking of, I had a hell of an argument with a couple of folks on Larry's Facebook page. He posted a picture of a stubby 9mm revolver with his giant ass Holosun dot on it.
Yeah. God.
It's a 3-inch 9mm revolver with a big red dot on it, which I think is adorable. And a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of Dunning-Krugerans out there telling him that a whole bunch of stuff about revolvers that ain't so, guys.
Yeah.
Also, if you're arguing with me, come with your gunsmith credentials.
guy showing an 03A3 chambered in 45 ACP bored out.
Oh,
No,
isn't
the barrel's not thick enough.
why would you bore out to 45 ACP? The
I don't have a clue. But the barrel's not physically thick enough.
I don't think it's physically thick enough. Two, I don't think the bolt face is the correct diameter. You
No.
have to redo the bolt.
Oh, you'd have to redo everything.
No kidding. Now the Delisle, which was a silenced 45 bolt action World War II, quietest gun for a long time.
Yeah.
Was 303.
Originally it was 303, then they put a new barrel and suppressor on it.
They sleeved and redid the barrel.
Yeah.
Well, it was integral suppressor. The barrel and the suppressor were the same thing.
Yeah.
And it was a 303 long action rejiggered for a 45 ACP that fed out of magazines, and it worked fairly well. Apparently, Greg, first panel Liberty Con Shanghaied onto. Did we do that? I've been known to Shanghai people. Nothing like Cedar going, I guess I'm on a panel now.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it was the first panel I'd ever been on. So
I guess I'm on a panel now.
I find it highly ironic, given how long I've been doing this and how much I have taught indie publishing.
Yeah.
LibertyCon has never actually put me on that panel. I've only ever been on it when I got shanghaied onto it.
Yeah, that would be me, because somebody asked me a question about indie publishing. I know why. I do know why I was there. Peter Grant invited me on it. It's like I looked out the audience and saw somebody that would know. So I snatched her onto the panel because I have no problem whatsoever shanghaiing.
The only reason you
Subject matter
shanghaied her is because you saw her before I did.
Yeah, right. Because I have no problem at all. I thought panels. I don't like panels with people that don't know what they're doing. And that happens more. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen more often I'm comfortable with.
Or when they're trying to sell their product rather than be on the panel.
And if I see somebody out in the audience that knows more than I do, I will snatch up that subject matter expert in a heartbeat, because I have a very healthy ego. I do. You can ask Rita. I've got a very healthy ego. It's not wrapped up in that sort of thing.
Well, Larry nailed you the first con
No
you ever
kidding.
went to.
It wasn't the first con I went to, second con I went to, because I'd been to Liberty Con and decided I liked cons. Then I went to LTUE and Larry friggin' snatched me out of the audience. And at Liberty Con, I said, "You will not put me on panels." But you're a low dog. You will not put me on panels. And then Larry had self-publishing. And Larry had self-published his first one, and then got snatched up by Bain. Didn't self-publish after that. He said, "I don't know a thing about self-publishing." And the other four people who were supposed to be on the panel never showed.
Yeah.
He looked out the audience, saw me, and went, "There's somebody here. I'm staring right at him. Who could help?" And I'm staring right at him. The entire audience looked at me. It's like,
And you were doing fine.
I was doing great. I was doing better if you two came in. Looked up, and here come Peter Grant and Jim Curtis, and went, "Oh, and there's two more." And Larry went, "Oh, thank God," because it was turning into an interview. He was asking me questions, and I was even more introverted than I am now.
And Mac Press wasn't a thing.
Whatever, Rack Press was not a thing. And that was when the world discovered who Ian is. No, when the world discovered who Ian was my very first ever Liberty Con, when during opening ceremonies or Bain Roadshow, I don't know which.
Opening ceremonies.
And Larry said, "And there's Law Dog," and the spotlight went, and I was ducking. I was trying to get under the seat.
Yes, he was.
These bastards wouldn't let me.
I could vouch for it because I was sitting next to him and I'm trying to haul his ass up.
Oh,
Well, you were responsible for Monster Hunter.
I know.
because of the comments you made on
It was
TFR.
lines I'd like to read at or lines I'd like to hear in a
the movie.
horror movie.
Yeah.
That was the TFR firing line. TFL was getting too serious, so I right after Halloween, and
Yeah.
we'd done our annual Halloween-a-thon,
Oh,
and I just had a running list of all the MST3K commentary that everybody I'd invite over, and it was choice. So
Yeah.
I just lines I'd like to hear from a horror movie, and apparently the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah, that kicked it off. No, Kermit, it was not
No.
Ian's idea, but it
No.
was the perfect line for a B movie or a horror movie.
It's like, instead of going down that scary basement, let's toss in Uncle Bubba's lucky frag grenade. Damn right, I believe you, miss. I've got Fort Bragg on the phone. Camp Crystal Lake welcomes the 2002 IDPA Pistol Championships or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a whole long line of them. People ran off with it.
Yeah, Greg, I shanghaied you onto your first panel. Hey, I have no honesty and no modesty either. I'm going to Shanghai anybody I can. That's half the fun.
Well, again.
Yeah, Bill, you were reading the thread back then.
Again, if there's somebody that's an honest God subject matter expert who would be interesting to listen to, it's a crime not to snatch them up on the panel.
Yeah. And there is an art to moderating a panel.
Oh, no kidding. No, and no two people do it the same way, and there's no right way to do it. There's a wrong way, but there's no real right way. Everybody's depends on the moderator's personality.
The wrong way is for the moderator to take over the panel and do all of the talking. I have had that happen.
No kidding.
When I'm moderating, my goal is to make sure that everybody talks, because you inevitably have this one super quiet introvert. And so my goal is always to try and get that person to contribute, and maybe not as equally as the other panelists, depends on the panelist, but at least I need them to express themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill, your name is Sergeant Schultz. Yeah.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
No, and people don't like it when I'm a moderator, because I don't feel like the moderator needs to be that involved. As a moderator, my job is to keep everybody on track.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody gets a chance. Everybody on the panel gets a chance to weigh in and ride herd on the cats out in the audience, which doesn't give me a whole lot of time for weighing in. And so I don't. If I'm moderator, I don't usually.
Well, I try to come up with 3 to 4 questions ahead of time and send them out to the panelists, so they have some idea of what I'm going to ask. And I agree with what Cedar said about making sure everybody on the panel talks.
Yep. And I know I can take over a panel.
Yeah.
That's a failure flaw of mine is I will take over a panel. So as a moderator, I ride real hard on that urge.
But the thing that you got to deal with sometimes is getting people to shut up.
No kidding. Again, moderator duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I think is probably the biggest part of a moderator, is making sure that you don't have one or more panelists that take over the entire panel.
Try having 2 on the same panel.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. One or more, because otherwise they take off with it, and it's their own pet hobby horse, and the rest of you just sit there like lumps on a log.
Yeah, Rick, that's a good point. We're the traffic cop, not the main character.
And one here recently, last couple of cons I've been to, it's keeping the panelists from veering off on their own little witch hunts.
I actually like being a moderator. I enjoy it because it gives me a chance to ask questions of some interesting people, and get and get their thoughts on something. So I find it really interesting to be moderator.
Yeah.
I'm much more interested in listening to them usually than I am in weighing in myself.
But it's such fun to chuck up.
Well, okay,
One
that's
word.
a whole
And I
that's a
can
whole other thing.
spin him up so quickly.
Yes. Well, and I've had to step in as moderator
Yeah.
when I had a panelist say something that was wrong,
Yeah.
and then try to diplomatically correct them.
Yeah.
I had a panel the last con I was at, which I shall not name. I had a panel where someone who is a rank amateur was trying to correct the two professionals on the panel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always fun.
The two professionals on the panel would be myself, Small Potatoes, and Kevin J. Anderson, who is not Small Potatoes. And she's going off on her own thing, and I'm like, hold up.
Well, and John says, I hate it when somebody filibusters, and I hate it when I do it myself. But when you've got someone whose sole purpose is selling their husband's book, it's truly annoying. Yeah, or the woman is trying to sell her own book, and she doesn't know enough about horses to write it coherently in her book.
I've run into that.
Ooh.
I was threatened by having mentioned that in the review.
That was the one where Gordon and I were on the panel, and she would
Oh,
not
my
shut
Lord.
up. And I finally mentioned cutting horses. And one guy in the audience in a cowboy hat went, fucking finally. And she turned about 14 shades of red and ignored me, Ian, and everybody in our group for the rest of the weekend, which didn't bother us a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill, that's another good point. Just because they're a paid professional doesn't mean they actually know what the hell they're talking about. Sadly, that is true.
I'll check see what panels I'm on, see if I've got any.
Oh yeah, Nancy the Pony Girl. You're exactly right. Who that was?
Nancy.
Nancy was there. She saw it. Now
Oh.
Nancy,
A girl interested in ponies.
yeah, Nancy, bless her heart, at the last Writers Cantina, had to keep correcting Gordon and I because
Somebody needed to.
we got to rattling along, and Nancy was having to stop the panel and go, okay, now what they really meant was this, this, and this. It's like, oops, sorry.
No, you weren't.
Actually, I was. I was embarrassed because
She was right.
she was right. Yeah. I mean, Gordon and I were going down rat holes on saddles.
Oh, yeah. And baffle gab is a thing.
Yes.
I'm trying to see if I've got any panels y'all might be interested in. I've already forgot what my panels were.
Yeah.
It shows you how well
I'm going to be on a panel called the Fae versus the Undead, who would win.
Yeah.
And I intend to, when asked, I will address that from the perspective of my groundskeeper stories.
Yeah.
Where the garden gnomes can definitely beat up the ghoul.
Yeah. Rat holes on saddles, don't you?
Those are little tiny horses, Jim.
Huh?
Those are little tiny horses.
Yeah, Nancy, you're exactly right. We forgot the average citizen has no idea what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Oh, it happens all the time. Okay, let me see here.
I've got Conestogas in Space, which is talking about logistics.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I've got Jim Beal, Chuck Gannon, Dave
David Weber?
Weber on that one.
Okay, yeah. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting topic, that too,
Yeah.
because you are very limited in space on.
But
and,
there again, the
and
question.
you don't, in Conestoga wagons, you at least have the option of
Yeah.
hunting while you were going. You can't do that in space.
But it's more about logistics.
Mhm.
So how much do you write the logistics?
And
How much do you
kinda
hand wave it?
Yeah. It depends on the story.
Yeah.
It really does. Dave Freer's Slow Train to Arcturus.
Yeah.
He gets into a lot of that. And with Dave's perspective as being homesteader and having been farm in South Africa and having as an ichthyologist, having done fish farms, it's a really interesting perspective. And I think from an author like that, getting into the weeds, literally, of a generation ship and how you survive with limited material.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, and, you know, the reality is, without logistics, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's wartime, peacetime, homesteading, anything else.
You got to eat.
You've got to eat. You've got to have water. You know, without those, you're dead.
You know, I don't think I've got anything on Friday. Yay!
I think I have an autograph session on Friday, and I think I have a reading on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other panels floating around in there.
Oh, God, Rita's got one at 10 a.m. on Saturday. I'm going to have to get her up.
Bill brings up a good point. The logistics bit, you could talk about having to do inventories of massive cargo holds without digging too much into the details. Yeah.
I wrote an entire spite novel, co-wrote it with my husband, on the lack of respect for support roles in the military. And there will be 2 more novels in that series eventually.
Yeah. And that's true. I mean, I did enough OIC stuff and one crew, one airplane stuff over the years to know how critical logistics really is. I mean, you can't just show up and expect it to work. You got to have the pieces and parts there.
So I've got coffee clip. My strangest true experience, which is oddly interesting.
This week, this month, this year.
Right. Then I've got Terminator 2026, school drones and police drones with Griffin Barber and Michael Morton.
Oh, that should be fun.
Interesting.
That one's going to be fun. I don't know who Jonathan Schottky, Gerald Hall, or John Locke are, but I know Griff and Mike. So that one's going to be fun. My strangest true experience, Orrin Truitt, Ted Bagley, Waylon Smith, William Lehman, and C.S. Brown.
Well, I know there will be a story about penguins in that panel. And it has nothing to do with Ian.
That you know of. A panel where programming participants with very eclectic backgrounds, share their strangest true experiences, whether written down or not. It's a no shit panel for kids.
Yeah.
Ooh, Orrin Truitt's a gunsmith. Yay!
Yeah, I've got a gunsmithing panel. I think you're on that one too. Oh, you're not?
I met Orrin at confinement back in 21, I think, 2020, 21, somewhere in there. And I'm bringing a bunch of seeds to LibertyCon for Orrin because he and his lady have bought a property that has room for a garden. And he was asking me if I had seeds to spare. And I was like, yes, in fact, I do.
Bill, after Wednesday of next week, get in touch with me, okay? Sapper lizards and Claymore hubcaps. Apparently, my story about Dad trying to lose a rocket launcher is extremely popular.
It's funny.
It wasn't funny when we were doing it.
Well, I know, but sometimes the funniest stories aren't funny when you're living through them.
And I'll probably while I will not be on the no shit panel, and apparently Kelly Grayson won't either, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going to be by the no shit panel, so you cannot snatch me onto it. I will be hiding during the no shit panel. However, Kelly and I will at least once during this weekend be out on the smoker's porch telling stories. So if you want to, why is everybody yelling pink girl suit? So if you want to hear stories, we'll be out on the smoker's pit after dark, sometime along in there.
Is Kelly in the chat?
He is not.
No,
Okay.
not today.
I owe him a cover. And I replied to his email today saying that I was aware he'd emailed me asking about it, but it was going to be after LibertyCon.
I'm going to show up with a shit ton of Kelly books so that he can sell them and then ship them back to his house.
Oh, I give up. I
That's
can't get.
No, it's
I'm not coming up with the right thing.
pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Have a fifth of what sort of whiskey?
Yeah.
What piqued
Short.
his interest?
Oh,
Is Romney going to be there?
I don't know if Tom's coming this year or not. Tom, are you going to be there? I think you mentioned it. Anyway, I'm on like 5 panels.
I'm on 4.
Yeah.
I think. Not this year.
Not
All
this
right.
year. Ah, shoot.
Damn it.
But
Next year.
I'm not doing a reading. I'm not doing author signing since I haven't published anything in a while.
He's going to have writer's tears.
Yeah.
Not doing more anthologies. Not doing more anthologies.
Anyway, folks, if you're going to make it to LibertyCon, come by and see us and
Oh, yeah.
say hi.
Um,
We'll be in the bar.
both Rita and I will be there. At least probably Saturday. You'll find B, Rita, and some other publishers in a circle of chairs in the middle of the main concourse. Go ahead and come and say hi if you see us there.
Yeah.
We're doing the annual LibertyCon Publisher Confab.
So remember, folks, there will not be a Thursday this week, and Tuesday next week. I'll probably have to grab a spare host from
I will
somewhere.
not be back yet.
I will probably be hiding under the bed.
So remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't bet the sweaty stuff. And if you're in France, don't go swimming.
Or if you go swimming, know what you're doing.
Yeah, please.
I don't think I'd stay out of the water in France.
I just
Yeah.
stay in France.
Yes, there will be a Thursday this week. Just we will not be here.
Yeah, there will be a Thursday, but I will be on the road somewhere between here and there.
So will we all be. Y'all have a good week, folks. And thanks for putting up with us. We do appreciate it.
Be safe.
And we
guys.
do appreciate the comments. Even if we